There's a new report from the World Health Organization that is just absolutely devastating and really, really scary. Air pollution, turns out it's responsible for 7 million deaths around the world every single year. Quote, pollution has now become the single greatest environmental health risk, contributing to 1 out of every 8 global deaths. Wow, 1 out of every 8 deaths is attributable to pollution. Isn't that insane? Outdoor pollution contributes to 3.7 million deaths each year, about 80% of which result from incidences of stroke and heart disease that are linked to pollution. Meanwhile, indoor pollution, which tends to result from cooking over coal or wood stoves, contributes to another 4.3 million deaths. And since some people are exposed to both those types of pollution, the World Health Organization took the overlap into account to reach the overall 7 million number. Dr. Maria Neira of the World Health Organization says, quote, the risks from air pollution are now far greater than previously thought or understood, particularly for heart disease and strokes. Now, I should give you some specifics on that. The last time the World Health Organization calculated this number, so the number of people that die as a result of pollution, it was back around 2008, and they said that it was a little over 3 million. So back then, a little over 3 million, it's more than doubled. Again, that just blows my mind, and that's a really, really bleak proposition. And if you think it doesn't affect the U.S., because a lot of, a common response to this is, that's just in India, that's just in China, because China, the smog in Beijing is off the fucking charts. There was like quite literally off the charts, or off the meter, I should say, because the meters break when they try to measure it. That's how terrible it is, that the meters that they use to measure the smog and the pollution, they just break immediately. And not only that, there was like a 7-year-old who got lung cancer from living in a highly polluted area there. So, yes, of course, it's terrible in places like India. It's terrible in China. Even France right now, supposedly the smog is crazy. But in the U.S., quote, 42% of the population lives in an area where air pollution often reaches dangerous levels. The issue disproportionately impacts low-income people in communities of color who are more likely to live in neighborhoods that have dirty air, even though they're less likely to contribute to polluting emissions. So there you have it right there. Almost half the country is living in a situation where we have dangerous levels of air pollution. 7 million people dying worldwide from air pollution. And there's this strange thing that happens whenever we talk about things that cause death. There's this strange psychological phenomena that occurs. People it's hard for them to care. It's hard for them to focus if you tell them that the issue is a long-term issue. And it's kind of crazy, too, because it's still a massive issue. Just because it's a long-term issue doesn't really mean anything. So, for example, if you find out that smoking, it'll kill you. The average smoker has, 10 years knocked off their life, thereabouts, something like that. So, hey, it'll kill you 10 years earlier. So if you were going to die at 75, you'll die at 65 now. For whatever reason, people are like, well, I'm 26 now, I got a while to go. Fuck it. Let me keep smoking. Like, what's up with that? I don't know what it is about the human condition, but it's like we're not biologically wired. It's not in our nature to be rational and to think long term. We just kind of divert to, is there immediate danger or is there not? If there's immediate danger, then you got my attention, then we'll focus on it. But if it's not right now, well then fuck it. Like, whatever, I'll just do whatever I want to do. And this is that, Somebody reads this report, wow, 7 million people die around the year from pollution. Not me, though, I'm in the exception, boom, and then, they're off to the mall. But no, man, that's a huge number. And they're preventable. That's the point. If it's pollution, it's preventable. We just have to implement better regulations, better rules, better policies that can curb pollution. And then we have people living longer, happier, healthier lives.